We have a new way to play Mortal Kombat for the first time since 2022, and there's a lot more titles than what we've had with our arcade one-up. The all-new Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection I picked up for the Nintendo Switch 2 is officially out. Well, sort of. First of all, it's digital. Second, I don't think the online functions are completely up to date yet until we get closer to the actual physical copy release. Nonetheless, that's not going to stop us from checking out a little bit of gameplay, my first impressions, and what to expect just going through everything that is loaded with this game. There's 23 games and a bunch of extras. Here's my review. And just looking at all of the games in the Mortal Kombat game library. And there's so much more included than just the games, getting into the documentary. Every player ever in the Mortal Kombat franchise. Then breaking it down game by game, all of the players available to play Mortal Kombat 1, and then Mortal Kombat 2, 3, and so on. If you've seen any of the 90s Mortal Kombat movies, awesome soundtrack. Now those aren't on here, but anything from the actual games will be in the extras here in the music player. You could actually go back and look at the flyers for the game. That is so cool. It's cool having all these extras on here. And depending on which game you click on, you will have different bezels. If it was the console or the actual arcade cabinet, which I just clicked on the Mortal Kombat. Got to start off with the OG. Just gonna jump into a few games just to kind of show a little bit on how they look on the Nintendo Switch 2. Going into Mortal Kombat for Sega Genesis, I had this for Super Nintendo, so in the Genesis you have the blood option on or off, so we're going to leave blood on. Also, a really cool option in settings is when you go to Versus, you can actually do the stage select, so you could change any of the stages or keep them on random and turn the blood on and off and mess with the player 1 and player 2 controls. Going into the online options, your connection strength can vary between any to 5, +4, +3, +2. I'm gonna leave mine at any. Cross-region matchmaking is on input lag. Mine is set at 4, and can dive into the controls and just kind of your basic moves here. Now, I'm not sure if this is crossplay, that's to be determined, but here is the options for online. I love all the different looks here. You have the little CRT TV, so when you're playing on the consoles, I thought that, you know, after getting this, when I do play this, I think I'm going to play more on the actual, like the console ROMs versus the arcade ROMs, just because I have the arcade one up, and it's just been so long that this was the first time, the first way of me playing the Mortal Kombat franchise. I have to say, it looks a little better. I'll jump into the Super Nintendo after this, but it looks a little better on Super Nintendo than on the Sega Genesis. Also, you have to use the analog. Try to use the thumbstick, and it will actually act as a remote of going forward or backwards, as you can see right here. So you got to use the up, down, left, right analog. The D-pad, I should say. Little different. Getting used to. In the game mode, if you hold down your minus button, it will lead to all the options here, and you can go through the moves, the screen options, controls, saving game, loading game, resetting, or quitting the game. Pretty much the same look. I thought that the Super Nintendo looked a little bit better than the Sega, but I guess it's pretty much the same 16-bit either way. I have never played it on the Game Boy, and I think this is great for, you know, to get people into the retro gaming. Like, this is how it would have looked back in the day. This is absolutely crazy. Imagine being on like a long car ride or an airplane. Wow, this is a little brutal on the eyes. Let's be Sonya. Very slow. I wonder if we could actually play online with the Game Boy. That is nuts. Someone's got to win here. And if you want to jump in online, it's the quick match, and it will give you an option between all or using your L1 or L2 going to the arcade. Here are the arcade options for online or the console. So Game Boy is not on there. Not that I was, you know, hoping that Game Boy would be on there, but it's just keeping it at the Sega, Genesis, the Super Nintendo, and getting into PlayStation. Sega Game Gear. You know what? I couldn't tell if this was the Sega Game Gear or the Game Boy Color, but I do see that Sega up on the top right. So, wow. You know, for anybody who hasn't played these on other devices, this is great having this on here. I don't know how much, you know, it will be a go-to in the field. It's just too easy. We have really no idea what I'm doing. And B is like my A, so it's weird that some games are A, some games are B. Wow, the Game Boy, the Game Gear Color. I think that was the term. Sega Game Gear. Wow, okay. It's so hard to see it. Like, it just, my eyes are just not used to it. Could you imagine if you had online on this? Like, it'd be impossible. Now, I did try to navigate through some online, and it might not be officially set up until launch. I'm having maybe it's a connection issue, but I'm not able to demo any of the online, because I was trying to figure out how do you make a room? How would I be able to, like, just play with friends? Maybe it's not officially an option yet until when the game is completely released, not just digital. If I would have known that, maybe I would have held back on picking this up right away, but at least I can get my practices in. Mortal Kombat 2 arcade version. I like that you're getting both the arcade experience and the console experience with this game.
Jax wins. Round 3, fight. Outstanding.
And finally having Mortal Kombat 4. Wow, this is cool. Always wanted this on a home arcade version. Now we have it on a console, and we can play this online.
Choose your destiny. Round 1, fight.
Let me know if you're holding out for the physical copy or if you picked up the digital and which system you're gonna get it for. I want to thank everybody for watching. See you guys next time.
Kollection wins. Flawless victory. Round 2, fight. Superb. Finish him. Excellent.
Actually falling in love with playing Mortal Kombat 4, so this might be a big go-to. I thought I'd play more of the console version, going back to the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis days, but this is great. We should have had this a long time ago, but we got it now.
Kollection wins. Round 2, fight. Excellent. Reptile wins.